How can custom camper, RV, and even motorhome builders scale their businesses and improve profitability when so many of their orders are custom designed from their buyers? Today, Stefan and I will reveal how manufacturers of custom designed vehicles and even yachts have solved these problems by using Web 3D configurators and CPQ solutions from Digital Tails. Hello, my name is Michael Neese. I'm an executive with Digital Tails USA and BOMO Inc. Our companies are building these web-based solutions to help manufacturers of custom products eliminate sales order errors and increase revenues. Think about it. For vehicle builders, the real sale happens when the customer moves beyond the base model and starts adding options like kitchen modules and sleeping layouts and all kinds of accessories, all of which must fit perfectly within the footprint of the vehicle. Today, Stefan and I will take a deep dive into how builders manage the complexities of these custom designs and the engineering to deliver on each customer's dream vehicle every time. Stefan Veskevich is the co-founder and chief AI officer at Digital Tails. Stefan, great to be with you again. You and Digital Tails team are doing some impressive work building these 3D configurators and CPQ solutions. To launch our discussion, can you just talk about the kinds of problems that your team are solving for these custom vehicle manufacturers?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me today, and I really appreciate your warm feedback on what we're developing. Well, yes, you're absolutely right. So, we spent quite a decade already to understand how to address those issues, pretty much like how to solve this bespoke product problem. Like all manufacturers want to offer more customization, but that usually might lead them into a non-scalable trap. So we are lucky to live in this amazing time, and there is a thing called CPQ. That's what we call it, right? Which stands for Configure Price Quote, also known as 3D configurators or automation systems. And there's a different names, but the idea behind it is to basically put that customization in some system that will not limit you, but boost you and be your advantage, like competitive edge on the market. So how does it work? The idea is quite simple. We need to visualize, structure, organize what customization we offer. Usually, it all goes into a variety of customization. Of course, every niche have a different one. When we talk about campers, think about like different RVs, different vans, right? Different vehicles. They do have different layouts where the installation goes, right? We produce some equipment and to differ. There might be a same model, different, Ford, different model can have different size of a truck. And to reflect the difference in length, for example, usually sales team need to come up with quite a lot of stuff. They need to be quite inventive in this way. They need to figure out, show you the presentation, explain to you, like make sure that you realize what you're buying. So because we really worry about the customer satisfaction. We don't want it to be returned when we do not match the expectation. That's actually around 5 to 10% from the statistics that we know, and we successfully solving that, reducing it to 1-2%. Which might happen by different reasons. So eventually, this tool takes your knowledge about your product. We structure it and create a system around it that includes 3D configurator, aka visualization part. The system behind that is plugged deeply into ERP, or the ERP is developed around it. It is also connected to the whole sales process, and sometimes even to the manufacturer, in a way that we can provide BOM I mean, like, I mean, you can basically get like the list of parts ordered in all the sizes with all the SKU and stuff. That saves
Yeah.
incredible amount of time eventually.
Yeah, it sounds it's so from what the front end is what the customer visually sees, but what you just touched on is all the things that happen beyond that, the magic of connecting those bill of materials and design specifications that come from the customer's request. And then that can go into an ERP and then go right into manufacturing and reducing the chance of having errors. And the information can also be integrated into a CRM or a customer relationship management system. So from very beginning to imagining the vehicle with the options all the way through manufacturing and delivery, it can be just one nice consistent stream.
That's absolutely the truth, right? And this tool in the first place is a tool for sales and marketing team. Why? Because it lowers that extreme friction in explaining like what is that we're selling, like how does it look, what's to expect, and it goes from the sales, from the market, from the sales team, right? Not the opposite. It's not just a tool that we built to showcase. No, it's the opposite. We build this tool to strengthen our sales, our marketing, to reduce unsatisfaction, right? We see a very consistent increase in conversion with launching every new CPQ or even a configurator alone. This numbers is not just like 10%, 20%. I mean, it's in average twice. That's how impactful it is.
Yeah. That can intuitively make sense because now the buyer or the customer, they are engaged in the process of experimenting with what their own choices or options are that they want, and they are like involved in, oh, let me make my dream visually come true. So now it's not just the configuration, but in many instances, most instances, it's also the price. I mean, configure, price, quote. So can you elaborate a little bit more about how your team works that magic?
Well, absolutely. The thing I said that this is the first sales tool, that's why we really care about pricing. I mean, there are some cases where that might be extremely custom and can be handled on the customer by their, let's say, by design. But in 95%, I would say, that is so valuable to provide with prices. Imagine you can actually filter the clients and do not spend on someone who is not ready to pay and spend more time on those who are ready to pay. You can provide them accurate calculation based on all the options. This is achieved by deep interaction with the business, understanding like how the price is calculated, how we make it profitable, and organizing that system. And that's pretty much straightforward. We did that like quite a lot of time, and we see that this is absolutely a game changer, both for manufacturer, both for sales. And again, like this will allow your business to get that magic, to feel that scalability, then you can think about like not solving like how much more people you need to provide accurate estimations for each custom order. Then you start thinking like, how do you do an expansion to another cities or countries with your business?
Yeah. And from what I understand, when your team first gets involved with a new builder of a custom vehicle manufacturer, a lot of times those manufacturers are using spreadsheets to try and manage all of these hundreds of different types of options that a customer can choose from. And whenever there's a change in an option or a price change, that can be a very time-consuming effort to make sure that those new price changes cascade across all of those different spreadsheets that are doing workarounds. Um, so,
That's actually the truth, but that's what we do actually. We turn chaos into system in the first place, and not
mm,
only like we eliminate this, 10,000 different small files explaining all the formulas, but we
yeah.
build a system around it, which can be an admin panel where the sales team manage the prices in a reasonable way, the way that they can control like some values, and that will take effect on the whole region or a whole
Hmm.
like product line and stuff like that. That's basically how you control things on the big scale.
Yeah. It sounds like I can, so instead of managing many spreadsheets, I can just make the changes in options or price. I just make it in one place and then it's implemented across all of the different systems and different locations so that the customers again have one integrated
Absolutely.
experience. Yeah, I
Or
imagine
or
that.
let
Go ahead.
or let's say you going like to another country, right? And you just
Mm,
do add one value that will be like a discount, either like additional percent that you charge for all
mm,
the prices there, just in one go. That's the thing that you need before you go like scaling.
mm. Yeah, you have what's called localization, which you have different languages. You might have different, the price may be affected by exchange rates. So there's even outside variables that can change the actual quote to your customers. It sounds like your team really learns the intimacies of a business so that you can deliver a technology that is representative of their business that makes things easier and not harder.
That's exactly what we do. I mean, and we
Mm,
mastered it over like a decade of developing exactly these
hmm.
solutions. Our also we really love to bring it to shape, like give it a shape in a way like of third dimension, right?
Mm,
People like what they see, and I mean,
yeah.
even cases like pillows
Mm,
boost conversion when they can rotate that pillow, and take a look from
yeah,
all the sides.
yeah.
How cool it is when we talk about the truck, when you can go inside and like look around, like see like what the equipment we're putting on, like how it works, like how it functions,
Mm,
right? I mean, there's like so much cool things that designers put into the product. I mean, the way the doors are open, the ergonomics around it, that's so
mm,
valuable. And how do you explain it by static images, right? Of course, you
yeah.
can show them like quite a lot of videos and stuff, but I mean,
Hmm.
what is how different it feels when you just open when I mean in the middle of the night, like you just open that configurator, and that's how people make purchase right now, like
Mm,
just you have that spare time and you open and you see that van or truck like that you equipping, and you press a button and it shows you the animation how this thing function, and you
yeah.
immediately
Mm,
understand, yes, this is what I want or this is what I don't want, this is not
mm,
what I expect. You apply colors and stuff, and that happens instantly. You'll get that instant feedback, and I mean it helps you to make decision.
mm,
Imagine the same thing with images. I mean,
yeah.
you cannot get that far with images.
Yeah. Yeah, that's excellent. Stefan, thank you so much for kind of giving these inside details in the work that you do with your team and how you're helping these custom manufacturers of vehicles, whether they go on the road or they go on the ocean. Um, the similar challenges, and it's pretty exciting work. I can understand how your team gets really excited about every customer because you're bringing to life what they have in their minds. So for those who watch this video, if you want to see more case studies and learn more about the work that Digital Tails does, just go to digital-tails.group and you can see 10, 12 different case studies from different types of manufacturers and how they're using 3D and CPQ solutions. Stefan, thanks very much. I appreciate the time with you again.
Yeah, it was lovely to be here.